Alrighty, so we just worked our way through opening up the guard, okay? Here we are. So I pushed this down. I want to get my opponent the least amount of space, okay? His elbow is in here, and I'm going to try to get my knee as close to his hip as possible. So when I come through with my knee, I'm dropping it down. This is an advantageous position to be transitioning through, because if I do this right, I take away the maximum space from him. If I do it wrong, he gets his elbow in there, he's got space to move around. When we give people space, it's usually a death to what we're trying to work. Okay, so if I come out here and he's got this space and he's going to start pushing that knee out, he's probably going to recover some kind of half guard or full guard or a butterfly. It's not great for us, okay? So when we come through here, make sure we're dropping this knee right along the hip bone, okay? Bam. I drop it in there. I'm still got control here. I want weight going down on these hands as well, okay? Nothing ever good comes out of putting hands on the mat, okay? So we're here at all times. Now, to continue down this path, I'm going to re-staple, okay? I'm going to slide out. I'm going to sit on my ankle with my other foot. I have it stapled still, okay? That's where I'm going to transition from hands to pummeling through, okay? When I've pummeled through and I've got some kind of control, an underhook, okay, or a underhook, that's when we make our next move. I personally like to go top side here. I drive through, grab my underhook, grab the back of my neck, slice through. When I slice through, once again, we're right at the hip. I don't want to give him that space, okay, for him to start grabbing stuff, coming over with legs, giving him the ability to push down on my knee. I take that space through, and now where this knee's at, I can transition right away to what we call judo side control. I just sit to my hip, sliding that knee up and underneath the shoulder, okay? And for all purposes, we may have to readjust here. We pull up on the arm, slide this in even deeper, okay? Now, this position right here, this is judo side control. It's very, very important that we keep weight on our opponent. And where I'm generating this weight is pulling his arms apart and getting on my toes. I make his head naturally come up, which is what I want it to do, okay? So that's proper judo side control. I'm pulling on this tricep, and I'm pulling out with this underhook, okay? So here, I'm going to put my pressure on him. We're going to see the initial reaction. Okay. I'm dropping my hips down. I got all this weight going down through his torso, okay? So, from judo side control, one of my favorite things to do is to step over the head. I like to push the arm down and come over the arm with my knee. From here, this is where I'm going to make my transition to stepping over the head. And I still have my pressure here, okay? I'm not relieving that pressure. Once we get in judo side, we have to get comfortable, and we have to build up that ability to hold this pressure at all times, okay? Keep that pressure on him. So from here, I'm now set up for my step over. Left leg is just going to step right on the other side of his ear, his left ear. I step over, boom. I step just on the other side of his ear. Okay, from here, a lot of things can happen. Me personally, I'm going to transition to one of my favorite submissions, this Kimura. For folks with longer legs, such as mine, there is definitely a triangle opportunity here that we should not neglect. For folks with a shorter, stockier frame, there's no reason whatsoever that we can't make the most of this step over and with our heel, and that's bringing our heel to our knee and creating basically a clamp on his head. Okay, so that's what this looks like. Okay, we're just going to create a clamp on his head. I step over the ear. I'm going to slide my heel to my knee, and now I have his head clamped. Okay. For those of us with longer limbs like myself, I'm going to go fully to my triangle. Okay. And I don't recommend going all out for this triangle. 50 to 60% squeeze should be efficient in getting this, and if it's not, we got to transition to something else, okay? So, bam. There's my triangle tap.